We'll speak now to Senator John Thune, Republican of South Dakota, who joins us to talk more about the health care ruling from Capitol Hill. I presume, as has been stated, Senator, by a number of Republicans, that your party is now going to push to repeal this law. We had a conversation with Congressman from the House of Representatives, Congressman Burgess, moments ago. He speculated that you senators could do that without needing 60 votes in the Senate. Is there any truth to that? Could you do it with 51 votes, or do you need 60 to repeal it?
They were able to pass it with 51 votes, Connell. They use a process that's the only process that we have in the Senate that allows for something to be passed by 51 rather than a 60-vote supermajority, and that's called reconciliation. You have to pass a budget in order to do that. But my assumption is that because they used it to pass health care, that could perhaps be a vehicle by which we could repeal it. And as long as it deals with revenue, spending, taxes, that sort of thing, I think that's an acceptable vehicle to use for that sort of a legislative undertaking. Now, of course, we're very interested, obviously, and hopefully if we can get the majority back in the Senate, work with the Republican president to work very quickly to do that, and then to move down a path where we actually are taking a more systematic, step-by-step approach to this and implementing common sense health care reforms, which is what we argued all along we should have been doing. But what the court decision does, it puts the constitutional debate behind us and shifts the focus again now to the policy and the political debate that will get underway between now and the November election, and then hopefully into next year when we really get an opportunity to repeal this.
We'll hear a lot of it today. I mean, the president will make his remarks, but as I said, Mitt Romney will speak after that. You just said a moment ago you need a Republican president, a Republican Senate to get this repealed. How should Mitt Romney play this today?
Well, I think that Governor Romney can make a very compelling argument to the American people that this is something that, whether, even though now the Supreme Court has said it is constitutional, it's bad policy. It is a wrong prescription for American health care. The American people agree with them on that. It's a $2.5 trillion expansion of the federal government, takes more power and control away from individuals, puts it in the hands of government bureaucrats, and raises taxes on small businesses and just makes health care more expensive, more difficult to create jobs. That's what comes out of this. Higher health care costs, fewer jobs. And that's the argument I think that Governor Romney needs to focus on, because I think that most Americans right now, one, are really concerned about health care and its affordability, and two, are really concerned about the economy and jobs. And I think that's where this really falls, this proposal falls so flat.
Pure politics, net, it's a win or a loss for Romney today in terms of how he can, not spin it, but in terms of how he can argue it to the fall campaign.
Well, I think, people are going to analyze the political advantage or disadvantage. I think the real loser in this is the American people, who are going to face higher health care costs and fewer jobs. But for Governor Romney, I think it gives him a great opportunity to contrast his vision on the future with regard to health care and this issue and that of President Obama, which we already know. And I think it'll be great fodder for the fall campaign. It gives him an opportunity to discuss an issue that is very important to the American people, very important to the economy, very important to jobs, and I think it's a great contrast. If I were Governor Romney, I would welcome this debate because he's on the side of the American people.
Thank you, Senator Thune.
Thanks, Connell. Good to be with you.